What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks, back with another Palantir update video, ticker symbol PLTR, where we take a look at how Palantir stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels that we are looking at moving into the future, and based on that, what we think Palantir stock could do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Palantir are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let me hit record. We will get right into it. Should be a relatively quick video today. We covered a lot of Palantir updates yesterday. So let's get right into kind of the movement for today. So yesterday we closed above this 33 level, and in the pre-market things were looking pretty good. We pushed above the 34 level. 34.65 was kind of that point we made. And then we started fading, and right out of the gate we saw a push down, got a little bit of a bounce below our 32.80s level, pushed up, couldn't quite break our high of day that we set a couple minutes before, and then we sold off. We tried to bounce at this 32.86 level again, failed, and then came right back down, and it was weakness from that point on. I mean, look at this, right? Broke below this level, came down, hit VWAP, failed. Came down, hit VWAP, failed, and then kept falling into the close. So it was down about 3.6% if we compare that to all the major indexes, right? NASDAQ was up 0.5%, Dow Jones was up 36 points, and the S&P was up 0.49% as well. And the major thing I want to talk about is this huge run that was happening kind of in the last hour, where S&P made new highs, NASDAQ made new highs. In a time like that, right, stocks like Palantir and NEO were relatively weak, which was interesting to see, but a lot of other major companies kind of follow that same trend. So not really a good, trading day for Palantir, as we've seen for the past couple of days, which is really surprising because we were hoping for a little bit of an earnings run. We didn't get that though, so that was unfortunate to see. We did get a nice run for the first 2 days of this week, for the first 2 days of this week, we gapped up really nicely on that IBM deal earlier this week as well, and we were kind of pushing that. So last week when I made the video, we talked about, hey, I think my goal for this week, this is where we were last week, 35s. I said, hey, I think we break 36s, push towards 40s. We got really close to that on Monday, but it's been a weird kind of trend down since then. And as you guys know, earnings are Tuesday before open. We're not trading on Monday, so pretty much the next trading day will be earnings, so it'll be really interesting to see. Typically, if we run into earnings, we see a little bit of a sell-off, but here we already are selling off so much before earnings that it'll be really interesting to see. At least it could save us from a earnings dip, but who knows at this rate with the way it's going. So let's take a look at levels of support, levels of resistance, and then there's one last thing that I want to point out to you guys. So levels of support, we've got a couple. We've got the 34 EMA and this other level coming up, not too far below where we are currently. That's in the $30.30s and $30.50s between the level and the EMA respectively. And then if we break 30s, we've got the 29.50s and then the 28.11s coming up. And then on the upside, I think the key point here is we've got to overtake the 21 EMA. That's something that it's not really been below for a little bit now, for a few weeks, but it's starting to get there right now. So take over this 21 EMA in the 32.30s, make a push towards this 32.80s, and then next point would be kind of the same thing, but with the 8 EMA 33.90s and then 34.20s, right? So first thing is kind of take over this low 32s, high 32s, and then high 33s, low 34s, which kind of sets us up for the 36. But I think a lot of that is dependent on the earnings call. If they are gonna announce something major that we haven't seen, we could see a little bit of a push up and a surprise from earnings. But if there's any disappointment, there's a little bit of run room down to kind of this 34 EMA and the $30. Hopefully though, we can maintain this $30 base, and then we start to push higher from here. But that'll be really interesting to see. The other thing I wanted to point out is this is too early to kind of really tell, but we could be starting to form a reverse head and shoulders pattern. Form a reverse head and shoulder pattern. So shoulder, head, and then shoulder, and then we see a breakout, right? Again, this is just me being hopeful, nothing confirmed, right? So if this is the shoulder and we keep going down, that doesn't necessarily have to be bad news, assuming we come back up. and then we'd have to make another shoulder before the breakout. That's just me being hopeful though. I'm starting to see this happen, so wanted to point it out to you guys. Assuming we keep going down just a little bit more, we form the head and then we form the shoulder and we push up. But I'll keep you guys posted on that. It'll be really interesting to see how Palantir trades next week, considering that, you know, it is earnings week. We were hoping for a push up this week, didn't unfortunately get that though, so hopefully we see some good news coming from earnings, and that takes us back to kind of the mid to high 30s level that we were before. I'm bullish on Palantir, continue to hold my shares and the leap call that I have. It wasn't doing too well this week, but that's okay. It's done well enough for me in the past that this red week was okay for me. So hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to drop that like, subscribe to my channel if you are new, comment down below what your thoughts on Palantir are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day. Hope you guys all have an amazing weekend, and until next time.